beneath the bright, sunny sky.
All right, the wait is over. The speaking stopped. The fight begins now. Let's get the answers.
Thousands of fans here in attendance tonight, but when the bell rings, there will only be two that we're talking about. These athletes have been waiting a long time to square off. Here we go. Catch and shoot. Walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Nice punch. Perfect counter lands. Counter fighter relies a lot on their instincts and reaction time. You've got to get in there quick to punch your opponent before he gets his fist back to block.
You're fighting a counter puncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter punchers, they're watching you every move, that every twitch.
A perfect counter shot. Beautiful counter shot. Throws the jab but does not score. Caution is being thrown to the wind. Tried to score with the jab. Jab doesn't quite connect. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Benavidez that last round. There's the bell for round two. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you.
Counter punch is my favorite kind of fighter. A good counter puncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
Beautiful counter punch. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Both want a knockout, you can tell. Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
That right hook's blocked. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Left-handed jab doesn't quite score. Both men step back for just a moment. Well done with that counter shot. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about David. Here we go in round three. Who's going to land the first big shot? Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
punching just got countered. They exchange punches. They are not going to let this one go to the judges. That counter punch caught him clean. That right hook won't score. This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Do not throw out a lazy jab in this fight, you'll get knocked out. In the early rounds of a fight, you'll see two boxers feel each other out, test each other's power, and I think this boxer has decided I can walk through anything that lands.
What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your...
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Benavidez. And there's the bell to start round 4. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Nobody home with that hook. Nice slip to avoid the jab. Good counter punch. Punch, counter punch. That's another scoring shot. Those counter punches have to hurt. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
What heart, what desire, but at what cost? A lot of effort being exerted here. This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Benavidez. Time for the 5th round. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
This can be so frustrating when you're under such a fast fighter. Fast fighter can throw 3-4 shot combinations before you even let one off. That creates frustration, and that's when it gets hard.
Straight right just misses. Swing and a miss with that hook. How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this that can seriously hurt you?
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
deep into the gas tank on this round. Nice counter. He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. And he fails to score with that left hook. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Roy. On to the 6th round. They let it all hang out in the last round. What do they got left?
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around her. Work the body, use tactics. Sometimes it's all right to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Nice counter shot. Stamina is off the charts. Nice job by him to block that jab. Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
His stamina is off the charts. Swing and a miss with the hook. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Talk about Roy Jones in that. And there's the bell for round 7. Was 1 minute enough time for them to recover after what we saw last round?
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
Holding nothing back here in the round. Good counter punching. Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the glamour weight is a heavyweight, but the middleweight is the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there and you're letting the shots go, you've got power, you've got speed, you've got pace. You can stand, you can dance, you can do everything. We can look back in history. Do you know the amazing fights at middleweight are ridiculous? That is what writes our history books.
Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. The only fear you have with this fighter is, has he punched himself out? Big whiff with the right hook. Roy Jones Jr. in trouble. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Roy Jones in that. And we enter the 8th round. How much do they have left in the tank after that last round?
What are they doing that now? Are they trying to get an early out? That's a lot of energy burst. They did 6 rounds in one. They're going to be absolutely shattered.
We've seen them in past from this fighter. They don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
I've seen certain fighters.
Whoa, Johnny, out of nowhere, look at this. Can you believe it? Roy Jones Jr. is on the back foot now. Try to buy time. It appears that the moment of trouble has passed, at least for now.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
These two are the perfect dance partners.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. There's a counter shot. He just misses with that jab. Having a hard time finding a home with that right uppercut. And he scores with the counter. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. The 3 judges agree, and we've got a unanimous decision.
What a whitewash. You know, that's skill.